It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 5-2.
Prescott on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Mike, let's go. Check. Begin.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
X3. 218. Chop.
Switch. Check 4.
Hey, Jet.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A run for Nick Chubb. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Set. Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Alpha.
Man up, deep. Mike 5-4.
Gone. Leo.
He's coming, double up.
On 3rd and 2, Arnold. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
And the Texans first down.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Check.
Bravo.
Exit. Mike 54.
Throwing on first down. Arnold. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
6-6. Pull it high.
Check 25. Watch 25.
They run. Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
On the set.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey.
Bam.
Check 99. Check
Snap.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft.
Check. Walk 54. Danny. SOS. 36.
61. Matchbox lights.
54.
5.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Shit.
22 jet bombers.
He's coming.
Look. Squeeze.
You go tight.
Right up.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Room here to run. Pass, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Under. Hey, 47. 52, right, 52. We're going to 54. Wide in. 26.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They go play action here on first down. That'll be complete to Breida. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 44-yard line.
Now Prescott. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Alert 3, alert 3.
Alert 3.
Kill.
Now 3rd down.
3rd and long for Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Throwing to start the drive. Arnold. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check 25. Kill.
Okay, lock it.
No.
Ready?
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, Sam off.
From the gun on third down, Arnold. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Evans, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here we go, 47.
52, Mike, 52.
26.
Throwing on 2nd down. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Burnett. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. An 11-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Mike 52.
Go.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Arnold. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Set up. 60 outlaw. 52. Pilot, 64, weak.
From the gun on third down, Arnold completes it to Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
And the Texans, first down.
Gator.
Bandit. Bandit. Joker, Joker. Joker, Joker.
Topper. Lee Griffin.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And some space here. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time out of Chubb. Give him 53 yards on the ground. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the Jaguars' 1-yard line.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal.
This ball back for the offense. Let's go.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is third and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a fourth and goal. Offensively, not what they wanted there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get the 3, and take the lead.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Let's go. At their own 18-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Now Prescott. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Check. Fresno.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Flying in.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Prescott to throw on 4th. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
Now Chubb running right. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Protein spill.
Check 24, check 24.
Check 26, check 26.
Chubb. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Back to throw. Arnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
I'm coming. Check 3, check 3.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard
Come on, set. 18 Gators.
I smell fear.
Hey, Orbit.
I smell fear in that offense.
58, boys, 58. Come on,
Let's go.
To throw on second down. Arnold. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Be careful.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Texans push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play fake. Here's Prescott. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. DeAndre Baker, the first corner chosen in this year's draft, there to make the play defensively. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Prescott on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Down. 50. Plant.
Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tight.
6-6. Pull it high.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
General West.
13. Check 13.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
That's right, baby. They don't want
Now Chubb. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And again, it's Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 10-2 sauce. Yeah. Hey, Haywood.
4-7 to Mike, 4-7 to Mike. Let him know. Let him know.
Shoot. 22 jet bomber.
Watch the twist.
Looking to throw. Arnold. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, Whitford on 4th turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. One last shot now for Prescott. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Houston, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville,